What it do, youngin'?
Hey.
Appreciate you meeting with me.
Yeah, you can thank my agent for that.
Yeah? He happened to mention why I wanted to sit down?
Nah, just told me to keep an open mind.
So when you moving to a new spot?
Oh, a couple weeks back.
I still remember my first check, man. Had the little Knicks logo on the top corner. Next day, I went out and bought me a watch or a Frosty. 3 weeks later, on the road in Miami, we hit up Mansion post game, and the next morning, woke up, poof, 200 large, gone.
You heard of insurance?
I thought I was gonna play forever. Like Vince Carter, collecting a paycheck and a pension. Last thing I remember was James Harden's grin. He hit me with that half cross, half carry thing he likes to do, and I'm waiting for the step back, and next thing I see, black. Woke up in Cedars. Mama was sitting there with a Bible on her lap while the doctor told her that I had hypertrophic cardiomyopathy. Means my heart muscles were so swollen, blood couldn't pass through no more. Doctor told me I could never play ball again. It's the worst day of my life. The hoop was my identity, man. It was my reason. After that, man, I just spun out, People try to reach out, all the dudes from around the league that you'd expect. Oh, try to make me feel better, but I wasn't hearing them. Wasn't long before I was back in my mama's crib in Jersey. Same single bed, flat broke. It's amazing how quick the cheese melts. The humbling comes for us all. Matter of fact, I still remember the first time I saw you playing the Dykeman. You was a freshman. So cocky, you'd make LeVar Ball blush.
Oh, all right. So that's why you took my ankles, huh? Man, I remember. People still send me gifts of that.
That's why you so salty, huh? Man, you are competitive. I get it. No one likes to clown it. Man, the reason I did that, though, man, you was out there stealing my shine, man. I couldn't just relinquish the crown, man. It's Dykeman.
I know, man. They never let you forget.
Right? Man. So we good?
Yeah, man, we good.
All right. See, the real reason I'm here, man, I want to manage you.
Oh, okay.
Look,
Yo, man, have you ever managed anyone?
I mean, technically, you're the first player I've ever even approached about this. But wait. The last few years, I was coaching AAU, and I was finishing up my finance degree. I've been paying my dues.
Look, I don't know, man. Like, what's an undrafted free agent even need with a manager? Agent and lawyer got me covered.
No. Listen, they're deal makers. I handle the day-to-day. I'm talking media, endorsements. For instance, how much you paying for this crib, huh?
I don't know, 6?
6. It's a new apartment building over on Park that's willing to let you live there rent-free if you just mention them on social media. I got a car dealership and a furniture warehouse that's willing to do the same thing. That's a new crib and a new car gratis. I mean, it might not be glamorous, but listen, you gotta think about this. Do you want to be the kid with the frosty wrists? Or the one with the diversified portfolio, huh? Look, our paths wouldn't even pass a sobriety test. But we made it back. We're survivors. The real ones. Just imagine what we could do together, man. That's all I'm asking. Just imagine it, man.
Hey, you know what? I don't have to think about it. I'm in.
Test your potential. You choose your overall for this game, all the way up to a maxed out 99. Then you pick your badges, all of them. Upgrades are available based on your attributes in each category. So, do you want to max out with a Hall of Fame badge or balance your attack with bronze and silvers?
The 2K Sports pregame show.
NBA regular season opener for a couple of
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
The lights of downtown reflecting off the Willamette River in this terrific look at the picturesque city of Portland. This is it, opening day. The regular season is set to begin, and we're thrilled to bring you all the live action right here on Sports. Kevin Harlan here with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, and our sideline reporter is David Aldridge. It's Western Conference NBA action. The Portland Trail Blazers here at home. And with pregame routines coming to an end, we're just about ready for our tip-off. First, though, let's get a report from the sideline and say hello to David Aldridge.
Thanks very much. Well, unusual circumstances for AI. This opening night is just the second regular season game he's ever played. Now, AI said he's looking forward to being part of the process this time from the very beginning. And after what he had to deal with last year, that makes sense. Kevin?
Thank you for that, David. You think back to when AI made his debut at the end of last season. Just a whirlwind of time for him, guys.
You know, it must have felt like being dropped onto a moving treadmill. And being asked to keep pace. I'm sure AI will appreciate having a more typical start to his first full NBA season.
Well, we've been waiting for it all summer, Clark. Opening night. Let's go into the players' mind.
Here we go.
Right now, just before the beginning of the season.
About time. These guys have been ready for this a month ago. But they're happy that there's no more waiting around, and now the games count for real. And they're focused on trying to get off to a great start.
We've got a chance here to set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this one. Taking a look at the Lakers. Caldwell Pope and LeBron fill out the wings. Inside, we've got Kuzma and McGee. An entirely new group here for Portland. Cantor checked in for Nurkic. Myers Leonard comes in for Al-Farouq Aminu. Maurice Harkless is checked in for Jake Layman. And Hood subbed in for C.J. McCollum. Shot and game clock separated by 5. Here's Rondo. That 3 off the mark. Lillard surveying the D. From deep. And so it's LeBron James making things happen for Los Angeles. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. And don't go away. We'll be right back. One of the most lethal scorers in the game, All-Star Damian Lillard, talks about why confidence is big for him.
I like a challenge. I love being here, and I feel like, you know, if I have the confidence in myself that I say I have, then we could bring in some guys that can get better, and we can build something from here on out. Same thing happened with Golden State. You know, nobody talked about Golden State 4 years ago.
And the Blazers, Greg, disappointed with last year's first-round defeat, but they've assembled some nice talent.
And like he said, we've seen teams jump into title contention more quickly than expected in the past.
And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
Playing smart in this first period. Credit their unselfish play.
Yeah, and you know, that cohesion is really impressive, Greg. I mean, they know how to get each other going and feed off of each other, and that's crucial.
So on the floor for the Lakers to start this second quarter, Brandon Ingram's out there with AI. And it's Rajon Rondo, and it's Chandler, and it's Hart in at the 2. Portland shooting their first free throws of the game right now. The free throw drops for Leonard. Lakers last season hoped to compete, but that wasn't the case, Clark, as we saw. They'll look to do better this season.
Well, you look at last season, ended the year 11th in the West, learned about the direction they'll grow as a team, and played at a very high pace, and I can expect Showtime to be back in full swing this season and in the coming seasons.
And that one's good. AI. Well, you think back to AI's first game in the NBA and the situation he came into. Team on the verge of the playoffs, but sadly, they couldn't get it done.
And AI did everything he could in his chance, but it just wasn't in the cards for that team. And as hard as taking a loss in that game might have been, I think it matured everyone on that roster. You live and learn.
And at 6'9", with that wingspan of his, Ingram is constantly prowling for these dunks. He's an incredible athlete who finishes with ease near the hoop.
Here's Lillard. The shot will not fall, and the Lakers will go the other way with it.
Tell you what, Kevin, it would be helpful if he would start to contribute a little more on offense, because when he's missing, it makes it really hard for this team.
And that one's good. Ingram.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
You're exactly right. It's been all good at one end, and let's be diplomatic and just say not so good at the other end.
Really, really good at recognizing the gaps and getting the ball to the rim.
Lakers leading by 4. Here's Hart. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. And Cantor pulls it down.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over it.
Harkless with it, out guarded by Ingram. Harkless kicks to Lillard. Connects from three-point range. Now just a 1-point Laker lead.
That's one of the reasons Lillard is out there. He gives you that deep threat.
Los Angeles calls timeout.
And Damian Lillard has always been an incredible scorer. His range and ability to create, let him carry the load on offense, and has also stepped up as a vocal leader for this team, has grown into that role the last few seasons.
Entirely new group here for Portland. Norkic checked in for Myers. And that's it for the first half of action. What's been a very close game here. Lakers on.
Kevin, thanks. Here with Coach Terry.
Thank you, David, for that interview. And we'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball. And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. It's almost entirely new group here for Portland. Cantor checked in for Nurkic. Myers Leonard comes in for Al Farouk Aminu. Maurice Harkless is checked in for Jake Layman. Rodney Hood subbed in for Damian Lillard. And so it's McCollum. He'll bring it up for the Portland Trail Blazers. Myers Leonard is out there with Ennis Cantor. Then there's Mo Harkless. Then there's C.J. McCollum. And it's Hood in at the shooting guard. That's the group on the floor for Portland. Just 5 to shoot. And McCollum puts up a deep 3 at the tip. And Cantor able to finish. Cantor's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And with their hot shooting here in the second half, their field goal percentage over 50% now for the game.
Yeah, it's not a surprise then to see them out in front the way they've been efficient offensively in this half and actually throughout the entire game.
Los Angeles with another miss.
And that's the shot you want to create. They just can't get it to fall.
That's what I call an everything but. Good execution, just didn't knock it down. But you're right, they're happy with that shot.
Rondo dishes to AI. Takes a shot at the elbow and off the glass. That one's good. AI's got the game tied up here for the Lakers. Portland's gone 1 of 4 in three-point shots here in the third. Hood kicks to McCollum. Pass to Cantor. 1:09 left in the third. Again, McCollum missing.
One made 3 for him for the game. Does he focus closer in? Let's see.
Chandler's shot, good.
And after really leaning on that three-point shot in the first half, seeming like they're just getting away from it here in the second. More of the shots coming from the interior.
Hood can't get it to go. Los Angeles has gone into the three-point range 4 times since halftime and buried 2 of them. Offensive rebound. AI Excellent D from Cancer. The Trailblazers have gone 8 of 14 on their shot attempts here in the third. Some pretty nice work. Some solid defense from AI.
No one to blame on that one but himself. You get looks like that, you've got to take advantage.
Count the basket. And that's now 6 points for Brandon Ingram.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
And Greg, you know, the defense has been very slow to adapt. I mean, that's 10 straight points now inside.
Now McCollum. Over Rondo. Off the mark.
Yeah, and the appreciation I have for
And now let's go back to a play from earlier as we show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
Hey, that was a high-level pass no matter what position it came from. But it does make it stand out a little more when it's made by the big fella.
And with 3 quarters behind, look now for Portland. Yusuf Nurkic comes in for C.J. McCollum. And it's Leonard in for Jake Layman. And then for Los Angeles, Tyson Chandler. He's checked in for JaVale McGee. AI comes in for LeBron. And it's Josh Hart in for Ball.
You've got to figure those are the free throws that officially put this game out of reach.
And here are the Lakers, trailing by 10. So for the Lakers right now, they've got Reggie Bullock, Chandler out there with AI. Then it's Lance Stevenson, and it's Hart in at the shooting guard position.
Great awareness. No reason to take it inside there against the taller man.
Yeah, he knew he had him beat, Greg. I mean, that was clear. Took advantage of the space he had and then calmly and quietly drained it from the mid-range. That's good basketball.
And showing a good nose for the ball there. Picks it clean, and he's off to the races.
Well, excellent defensive instincts. I mean, knows exactly when to strike on this end.
And that hurts. So the Trailblazers win it. Some good moments throughout this one, but they had the clear advantage down the stretch.
Yeah, I mean, I love the way they executed on both ends of the floor, completely under control for the vast majority of the game. And whenever there was a misstep, they just didn't allow it to fester, and that's why they're going to walk away with the win.
And that'll do it for the first game of the NBA season. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our terrific 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in.
AI, we've got an interview request for you. Come with me.
Oh, yeah? Okay.
AI, Griff Bryant, thanks for talking with me. Great game tonight.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah. Of course.
So, considering this was just your first game, I'd say you held your own. How did it feel to contribute right away?
Oh, man, you know, it was great. You know, my teammates been really amazing, just helpful, giving me advice on whatever the NBA is going to throw at me. And, you know, it makes me looking forward to contribute to whatever I can do, you know, even just a little bit.
After college, you spent some time in China and then in the G League. The NBA must feel like a whole new world.
You know, sort of. Like, we still playing basketball, and I'm still part of a team, you know, like I was in Shanghai and Fort Wayne. My time in both those places taught me a lot about what it means to be a teammate, and I just look forward to using that knowledge to help us get some W's.
That's refreshing to hear from someone who just finished their first game of the season. Listen, thanks again, AI, and congrats on the strong debut.
Thank you.
Thanks, Griff. AI, you're good to go.
All right, man.